Hey, what's going on? It's Zed, or T-Moz, or Zedmot. It's now 9 a. I was first, yes, I got the first comment. Imitation Game is here. Let's just see. Rifles today. I will do rifles on my other accounts. My rifles on this account have pop guns and can't do anything of use, so let's just make sure everything's showing up here. Yes, we're all good. So yeah, this account is going to be zookas. I might change it up a little bit, and I might add a boat of heavies later on or something like that. But this account is, because it's such a low level, rifles just don't work. Everyone's rolling in. No sound, okay, I'll check it out. Someone's saying no sound. Can anyone verify? Can anyone hear me? Anyone out there? Someone? I'm just gonna check to make sure that I actually have sound. I don't know that I do. Okay, someone says sounds good. Okay, we're good, loud and clear. Sounds like Andy Bate needs to fix the sound. I don't know. So let's see here. I just want to bring up. I got a message earlier today from, let's bring it up, from Mads in Denmark, I believe it was. He was asking about the rewards for Imitation Game, and anyone out there who has used multiple attacks, you can lose your rewards. I'll show it later on, but basically if you use multiple attacks and destroy some of the storages, you'll lose those rewards, which is a little bit awkward. So I'll try and get into that later on. But for now, and I had a couple people ask about what kind of keyboard I was using, or they could hear me typing. If you can hear that sound, that's just my desk creaking. It's not me typing. I'm not using some sort of emulator or some weird program. That's just my keyboard tray creaking when I put weight on it. I play on a Note 3 primarily. So let's get into the Imitation Game. Okay, Andy's sound is fixed. Life is good. So standard stage 1, all GBE all the time. Where did that go? I almost used GBE on the radar instead. That would have been very bad. So far, so good. Hola, Exterminator. I'm supposed to speak multiple languages. I can basically only order beer or say cheers in many languages. Oui, je parle un peu de français. Only a little bit of languages, only enough to order beer. I got some Spanish, I got some English, I got some French. I can say Sherife in Turkish. Not a heck of a lot of language. Just enough to drink beer. We got like 6 languages going on in the chat now, so. Level 2, same thing. I didn't even look at the rewards. Hopefully I got some intel or some crystals or something like that. Let's have a look and see what we get. 3 shards and an intel. Intel's good. I'm not boosted. Never boosted. No boosts. Saving the powder. Let's see what we got for stage 1. I didn't even pay attention. Stage 1. No stones, no intel. Bad start. Imitation Game stage 2. 3 shards and an intel. Intel's good. So, a couple questions about Small 9. Small 9 has, I wouldn't say it has no requirements. I mean, it does have some requirements where you need to get some intel, you need to follow notes or ask questions, and we want players who want to be offensive and geared towards learning. You can't come in and use Tank Medic on a curtain call. You're going to get kicked. Probably get warned first, but you just as long as you listen and you try to kind of follow our general philosophy, you'll be fine. So let's get back to Imitation Game, trying to jump around. Let's see here, can I GBE this? Probably not. As you might have saw yesterday in my War Factory video, I couldn't do 51,000 damage, so I'm not going to be able to do 67, almost 68. So we're going to have to deploy some troops, barrage to clear some mines. And that's one of the good things about being low level and not having critters, I suppose, is that I can't ruin the delay because I don't have any method of doing that. The only way you can do it is by being peaked. And a couple people noted in my video yesterday that the delay is on a per building basis. So if this sniper tower or this cannon were to spot me, it wouldn't ruin my delay on that rocket launcher back there. So anytime I explain things, I'm gonna miss things. I assume I can't get everything right all the time. I can usually get some things right some of the time. So if you see something wrong, if I say something wrong, please let me know. Okay, so I'm gonna shock the boom cannons. The sniper tower almost got one. Let's do one more round of shocks just to not lose any troops. Almost lost that one little heather down there. Extra dimes. What are dimes? No, Andy. All the diamonds that you see in my account are either earned by me. The only rewards I ever take from operations or daily are shards or diamonds. I don't ever take wood or stone or gold or anything like that. It's always diamonds. I have purchased some diamonds on these accounts because in order to do a stream I need to have some diamonds. So there's nothing worse than coming up and saying, oh, sorry guys, don't have any diamonds, please wait 48 minutes for me to load zookas. So all the diamonds you see are either earned or bought by me. Didn't look at the rewards yet again. Let's see here. We've got lots of boosted greens, beautiful. Still not showing the boost on the statues though. So we're gonna I'm gonna need to do one shock in here. Probably one shock in here. And then I'll get up into here as my general idea. Let's see if there's other rocket. Does this guy only have one rocket launcher? No, it's only the two. So I'll be in this one's blind spot. I might remove this machine gun just to make, because this shock, let's delete this. This shock is a little bit awkward, but not bad. So I'm probably going to lose some troops to this guy. And I'll probably lose some troops to this guy, but not many, so not a big deal. There is nothing boosted here, Cool Cat. I'll show it one more time. I have nothing boosted. So that's 8 offensive statues. I'd like to get rid of my Power Stone chance at some point, but I need to get I need to get a powder cache first, because if you look here, my Team Moz account, I only have 15 intel this week. I am not very active on this account. Forlorn Hope has been keeping us very busy, and plus life and Christmas time and Christmas shopping, and I got kids and the whole meal deal, so it's a busy time of year. I've been definitely lacking. We've got some great leaders in here though. Like our co-leaders have been kicking butt. A couple guys that are fantastic players have been keeping notes updated and helping out, which is great. Let's get back to Imitation. I just want to check my rewards one more time. Stage 3 intel again and a part and a couple frags, not bad. So let's get going here. So I haven't really talked about it, but I love any base that's up in this corner. It is the easiest path. There is a bit of a trick around this square right in here, but the fact that nothing's there means that this attack can be done very simply. I've got a corner Zooka video up, but there's no narration or anything, so I will redo another one at some point soon. People have been asking for player versus player tips, but as long as there's nothing in that front corner, you can flare all the way up and not have to worry about it. And I can do a little bit of a gap smoke here, and a bit of a gap smoke here. Drop my next smoke and keep the ladies walking. So I'm gonna have a little bit more GBE than I thought I would. I'm gonna use 2 smokes so I can get a little bit closer. So I won't have enough for 3 shocks, sadly, so there's no point of a med kit. So let's flare headquarters, shock, shock. And we lost 2 troops, so not bad. Like I said, we lost them to the... Actually, I managed to shock that boom cannon, so that was alright. I just lost them to the cannon and the boom cannon, I guess. I can see in the chat someone, Dizzle is saying diamonds are for landing craft upgrade. My philosophy on upgrades is to never use diamonds to buy resources. Diamonds go way, way further if you earn the resources by boosting your resource reward statue, if you happen to have one, and then using your diamonds to finish the upgrade quickly. And another thing that I like to do is when you upgrade your landing craft, make sure it's always full of troops. When people in Operation Attack say, oh, I've only got 7 boats because one of them's upgrading, that's not really an excuse. Load your zookas, then upgrade it. I mean, to fill your boat, it only costs like 10 diamonds or something like that. Load your boats, then upgrade them. Didn't look at my rewards again. 4 frags. So, yeah, I just wanted to clarify, Dizzle. I wasn't saying you're wrong or anything like that. I just wanted to make sure that that's what I was... my zookas are level 18. Most of my troops, most of my armory is maxed for what is it, armory level 18. I can't upgrade my armory because I'm only level 46, which is intentional. So I haven't, like, I mean, my grenadiers are level 1, my medics are level 2, my tanks maybe level, yeah, tanks are level 3, but everything else, all the important stuff, my artillery, flare, medkit, shock, all that good stuff is maxed for my headquarters level. I think my warriors level 11, so not a lot of support from any troops except for zookas, and my heavies aren't bad level as well. Hey Sean, welcome back. Hey Mr. Poing. Mr. Poing's always got positive things to say in chat, much appreciated. So now, let's see what we got for mines. We got a bunch of mines up the middle. They're only level 12, so I can hit 2 of them, so that's not a big concern. I think I've got 270 health, I think. Let's have a quick look just to confirm that I can in fact hit 2. So this is something I never do. See, I've got 270 health. I never check the level of mines, and I've actually done it for once, so that's a bonus. These mines are very low level. I can hit 2 of them and still have a fair bit of health on my zookas. And I can probably come close to removing that rocket launcher with 1 artillery. So, hey, what's up, Godson? Hi, it's Maximus. Is that the Maximus that was in Small 9 for a long time? Mortars won't reach, so I'm gonna come right in. Actually, no, let's go up top. I'm gonna go up top above the headquarters. I'm just going to go right in. My general thinking is I'm going to shock that. I'll probably remove this. Maybe shock this and remove this. And come right in here. We'll see. Hey Max, welcome back, bud. So let's get going. I'm not going to pay too much attention to mines. Let's just drop a barrage in here and hopefully get some mines and some GBE back. Did not get any GBE back, but cleared a couple mines. So let's just get up there first. So I like to do a triangle smoke. you can do. You don't need to drop your smokes first. It's much easier if you drop your smokes afterwards, because then you can see where your troops actually are going to be. There's my one mine. Here comes the second mine. I'm going to drop my med kit here just in case. And the reason why I used a med kit there is because a med kit is only 6 GBE, whereas my next artillery was 7. So I actually saved a GBE by not... let's flare core. 1, 2, and medkit. Hopefully that mortar's not gonna... Yes, overhealed the mortar. So I got pretty lucky there. I was a little bit worried about that mortar. I should have checked how much damage it did a little bit closer, but it worked out pretty well. Yeah, Dizzle will definitely be doing a rifle video. Hey, sweet, a crystal too. So, rifles and zookas. I'll definitely be doing a Rifle Mania video this weekend. I'm going to try and do something a little bit different. I don't know what I'm going to do, but we'll see what we can figure out. Now, this looks really, really easy for stage 6. Only 2 ice, and the 1 ice boost isn't doing anything. As you can see, like, it's at 35%. It shows boosted, so it should be 70, but the rocket launcher is only adding 13 damage, which is basically a third exactly. So a little bit weird there. Hey, Superman just joined the task force. So, I mean, I can just come right into here. I can just come right to here and have probably 1 shock, 2 shocks. Let's have a look. The rocket launcher is not really in range. Rocket launcher's in range. Shock launchers are useless completely. This rocket launcher's out of range. So, I mean, terrible, terrible base setup. Yeah, I mean, this is awful, awful, awful. So, I'll probably just leave the grappler, let it pull a couple zookas. I'll lose a couple, but not a big deal. I can probably get these 4 mines up front with 1 artillery in the middle. Okay. So let's carry on. Yeah, I mean, this is what HQ level is this? This is headquarters level 20. So, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Only 8 statues? Where's his sculptor at? Right there. So he's got a sculptor level 6 at headquarters level 20. That makes no sense at all. He's 2 statues down. I mean, this is just embarrassing. Anyways, let's carry on. Holy crow. Anacon, you need to do some reading on the wiki there, bud. I don't know if I can actually get all of these mines with 1. I don't think I can. Let's try. That was about the worst case scenario. That was bad. Okay, I'm going to have to use an extra one. Terrible, terrible choice by me. But, I mean, I can just flare right here. There's no... This base is awful. I can't believe this is stage 6. So nice unprotected drop here. Yeah, the headquarters levels are set by the imitation stage, but this is a headquarters level 20 who has no idea what he's doing. This headquarters, so as soon as the rocket launchers turn, I'm going to drop my smoke. That way I can drop my smoke as late as possible and hopefully save a smoke on the way up. You see that square there is empty, so the ladies walk right along the wall, nice and clean. Need to make sure my flare doesn't expire. It's going to be really embarrassing if I lose to this base. Again, I'm only going to have 2 shocks and a med kit, so this could be a little bit dicey, but we should be okay. And that's why I love upgrading the medkit. You saw how many times I got hit there, and I lost all of 4 troops. Emery, I already explained the keyboard. That's me leaning on my keyboard tray. I'm sitting at my desk with my elbows on my desk. That's my keyboard tray creaking. I'll try and fix it for future, but for now that's just how I like to attack. I've got my elbows on my keyboard tray and my hands out in front of me. Hey, Infinite. So yeah, well, that's a good point. There's also a lot of people don't understand how important statues are. So a little bit of quick math. If you have 7 landing crafts, if you were to add a landing craft, that would be, if it was full, say, 1/8 is 0.125, so about 13%. So a 13% troop guardian is essentially an extra landing craft. So for those people who say, well, I don't need to upgrade my sculptor, or I'll upgrade my storage first, or I'll upgrade my flamethrower first, if you can add a troop damage statue, you're essentially adding an extra landing craft. So every zooka you have will do 13% more damage. That's huge, huge, huge. If you're not sure about statues, or you don't know what's going on, by all means, please, please, please read the wiki, or ask questions. Hey, Amy, how's it going, Murph? We actually have a girl in the chat. The guys are gonna lose their minds. Yes. So my upgrade path is typically headquarters, and then directly afterwards I'll do my sculpture, and then either my armory. Yeah, and then my armory. That way you can spend your gold as you're upgrading everything else. Hey, someone unknown, I'm gonna show the rewards issue. So Supercell, I'll post it in the chat. Let's get the chat right here. So I'm gonna post right here. Let's get that sent. In the known issues, Supercell has said that if you use multiple attacks and you happen to destroy any of the storages, so like let's see here, the rewards here are 271,000 wood. If I was to destroy any of the wood storages, or the vault, where is this guy's vault, or the vault, or the sawmill, I would lose whatever wood was considered as in those storages. Little bit weird, little bit wonky. It's a known issue. They're working on it. So if you use multiple attacks, make sure you do not destroy any of the storages, or the vault, or the sawmill, iron mine, or quarry. I don't even, where's this quarry at? Right here. So be very careful. I'm gonna use a couple attacks here anyways, so I'll try and just destroy the wood storage, because who needs wood anyways. But so I'll actually use some GBE to destroy the wood storage, and we'll see what happens. So we're supposed to get, yes, this is Imitation Game, this is live. I don't know if you guys can actually click on that link. Hopefully you can in the chat. So Nims in chat is saying Imitation Stage is not here yet. Imitation Game, just like Dr. Terror and War Factory, are all based on time zone. It arrives, I think it's 6 a.m. local time or 6:30 a.m. I can't remember. If it's not time for you yet, it'll come when it comes. It all depends on where you live. So we're supposed to get 270 wood. I'm gonna remove these storages, and then we'll go from there. So I'm also gonna remove some of the rocket launchers. Let's just get going here. I've got 4 attacks, so I'm gonna do some clearing, do a bit of experimenting. Let's get this shock mine removed so I can come up the side here. No other mines to worry about. I'm gonna get into this general area. Let's get rid of this rocket launcher and this rocket launcher. Yeah, so it's probably late night for you, Nims, so in the morning, Imitation Game will be there. Decent clearing so far. I'm probably going to leave the shock launcher. Just, let's see if I can get any free GBE. No, I can't. T2 is asking why can't you boost your statues? I choose not to boost my statues. If I'm going to make a video for people to copy, it's not all that difficult to do things boosted. So if you want to copy it, you shouldn't have to boost your statues to copy. Let's go with the red. So I've got, what's that, 3 more attacks? Tons of attacks. Holy. Let's get, I'm going to make a nice hole up in here. Way too many barrages, but that's kind of what I like to do. Hey, Killer Pro, what's going on? So just to recap, I'm gonna remove at least one of the wood storages here. Actually, let's remove a couple wood storages. Oops, hopefully I don't hit that iron storage or wood or stone storage. So we've removed a couple of the wood storages. We're supposed to get, let's just to show what the bug is. So we're supposed to get 271,000 wood. I believe we'll get less because we've destroyed some of these wood storages. If you want to get max rewards, don't remove the storages, don't remove the resource creators or the vault. It's a bug, they're working on it. $170,000 wood, but because I destroyed some of the storages, I only got 106. So if you're a lower level and you need the resources, by all means do not destroy the storages. It's a bug, they're working on it. Be very, very careful. So I'm gonna I'll go through them one more time quickly for people who are just joining. Stage 1, very, very easy. This guy's trying to talk over me in the music, so let's get rid of him. Stage 1, all GBE, not a big deal. Keep the ladies in line. Yes, indeed, Merp. So let's go stage 2. Same thing, all GBE, no big deal. Very low levels. Let's go stage 3. Stage 3 had too much health. I think it had 67,000 or something like that. Had to smoke ladies back there. Very, very easy though. Nice big gap on the right beside the rocket launcher. Getting in back. Only 3 shocks. This sniper tower ended up being in range, which is a little bit surprising. Always using rocket launchers blind spots to your advantage. Stage 4. Yeah, there's no shield generators this week, which is great. Again, rocket launcher in the corner, never a good idea, making a nice blind spot for us to sit in. I love that you can touch a little bit of gap smokes on the way up. I love that you can touch defenses on the way up during the replays now. That's kind of neat. 2 shocks. And we lost 2 zookas. Pretty easy. Stage 5 got some nice crystals. Stage 5, you'll note the mines are only level 12, so you can hit them. I think I hit 2 of them in this attack. You can safely ignore the mines. They only do 112 damage apiece, so very, very easy to clear. Not a big concern. You'll see it only just dented my ladies there. So stage 1 to 5 were pretty easy. Stage 6. Yeah, 1 sec, Dizzle. I used my artillery poorly. I got the wrong 2 mines. I should have done. Anyway, I ended up having to use 3 instead of 2 or 1. So don't copy that. Again, stage 6. This guy's base is about the worst base I've ever seen for a headquarters level 20. His sculptor. Where's your sculptor at? Let's. I think you can't touch them things. Where's your sculptor at? Right there. His sculpture's only level 6. Upgrade your sculptor first. Upgrade your headquarters right as soon as you can. Then upgrade your sculpture. This guy is 2 statues down. So if you're watching this Anacon, please upgrade your sculpture. And his rocket launchers aren't in range. His shock cannons aren't in range. Or sorry, shock launchers aren't in range. So just a mess. So let's see here. Dizzle, can you explain a little bit more what you mean by the mortar wrap? And T2 asks, why can't I use warriors? I can use warriors, but I choose to use zookas. Zookas are more effective for me, and at this stage, I wouldn't be able to beat stage 7 with warriors, probably. Warriors... The reason, like, the thing is, if you look at operation attacks, zookas, 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 zookas and heavies. GBE, zooka, 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 zooka. So, why would I use a troop? Like, I don't even know how many attacks I've just gone through, but that is why I use zookas. The thing that always bugged me was someone would come in and they'd use warriors to clear their base, and then they'd use their zookas 1 time a day and do their operation attack. And then, how do you expect your operation attack to go if you don't use the troop that you actually are using? Like, for me, I use zookas all the time, so operation attacks are just like a player versus player attack or an NPC attack. I never understand. I mean, I get why people do it, because you can clear your base quickly with warriors, or it's fun to deal with other troops, but it just makes the most sense to me to use the troop that I clear my map with on operations, and it makes things a little bit smoother, a little bit cleaner. Small 9 is currently doing curtain call. We beat it in 26 attacks, so we had 24 attacks left over or so. We'll probably move up to dead end next. I'm going to show... I got a couple operation attacks. Like, so my operation, let's show mine to start with. I went on quick charge. This is curtain call, quick charge, I don't think my attack went that great. A higher level player could have soloed this base, but you'll see I marked these rocket launchers here. That is fairly important in my opinion. A lot of people like to take out the shock launcher at the front. I don't see the point. I did this poorly. So you'll see that I shocked the 2 machine guns and the 2 rocket launchers first. I meant to stop in this general area right in here, but I gapped on it and didn't, so, but still, not a terrible attack. 2 shocks, remove the rocket launchers, farm some GBE, let's keep going. Actually, I've got a good operation attack for that Dizzle, I'll show you. So, decent attack. The reason for this flare was just to get up and out. I didn't want to go all the way up there, so you stop at midway, keep going, and then the next attack could finish. So, not one of the things that I try and do is set up. You don't have to solo a base. Setting it up like this is now an easy finish, and that's just as important. That's if not more important than soloing a base. So. Now I'm going to switch accounts. Just a second here, let's go switching accounts. And we're back. Oh, I've got rifles loaded. Sweet. So I'm going to show, I've been asked to show a couple of operation attacks. I'm going to start with, let's go to 2 days ago, Forlorn Hope. I'm going to start with Java. Where is Stunt? Stunt is a good attack on Java. This is a different path than we normally use. So this is a fairly, I can't see the level unfortunately, but he uses the fact that zookas can clear flamethrowers on the left. Zookas outrange flamethrowers, so he manages to farm some GBE, comes all the way back across, nice long path right up the middle. I did this attack previously and I missed my shock, and so this is Stunt fixing my mishap essentially. I think he misses his shock too. This shock is so difficult. He missed it and missed the shock launcher and the mortar unfortunately, but was fast enough to notice that he took it down. So nice attack, nice line. I'm going to switch back to, where are we at here, yesterday. I'm going to go, this is kind of something weird happened here. I'm going to show Diesel first. So this hit on Manticore, we like to hit from right on the corner of the building health statue. He farms some GB on the left. Same thing, split boats, get as much GBE as you can, and then I think he actually misflares on this attack, so his flare is all the way back, nice gap smoke, great attack, and you'll notice that, I'll show you, his zookas do the huge spread as they have since the update. Like their spread is big as the smoke basically, three critter boxes, 4 shocks, and he does a lot of damage. So you'll see he does probably just about half the core. The exact same hit, we couldn't figure out what happened here. So if anyone's watching that can understand what the heck happens here, basically the exact same attack, a little bit of wonkiness here. I think he missed, or he has like a zoom flare. Yeah, zoom flare, but only loses about 5 zookas. Fixes it pretty darn quickly, which was impressive in itself. And let's slow it down a bit. So he gets peaked, but doesn't lose any troops, not a big deal. And now watch how tight his ladies pack. It looks like the old update. Let's see if we can get it as, I'll pause it as the smoke clears, just so you can see how ridiculously tight they're packed. Like, they are packed in there tight. We've probably done Manticore, say 20 times since the update dropped, and I've never seen them drop that tight. And then watch how much damage he does to the core. Basically, like, only a fifth or so, which didn't make sense for how many troops he had. So I don't really know what happened there. Stone, it really depends. On whether you do the Scorcher up the wall or hits from 6 o'clock. There are just so many rocket launchers up in behind the core here that we would have had to clear probably 8 of them or 6 of them or something like that. And plus there's a Doom Cannon in here, so we do the Scorcher Zooka up the wall sometimes, but we don't do it nearly as often as just hitting from... Typically we can have 3 hits from 6 o'clock and be done with it. So, and then Stunt, so here you go. Dizzle, here's your Callisto hit, which is going to show the wrap around the... Where is Stuntin? Where are you, Stuntin? I should have wrote down what whereabouts it was in the list. So this is a great hit that shows... They'll show you the mortar. So on Callisto, there's a thing called the wrap, which is a great way to attack Callisto. I think Stunt actually misses the wrap on this. He does it a little bit late. But as your ladies walk past this third mortar here, if you flare the flamethrower, all your ladies will wrap around this mortar, and you don't have to shock the mortar because the mortar's got a bit of a blind spot. So if you notice, the mortar's got a blind spot around it. So let's get moving. So if he would have flared right about now, his ladies would have wrapped around this mortar. But because he does it a little bit later, it's a little bit... See, he's a little bit late. Some of his ladies don't wrap properly. But he still does a ton of damage. Like, he's still... Let's go to half speed mode. He's still in... I can't touch that mortar. Oh, there we go. He's still in that one mortar's blind spot. So it might fire on these ones on the edge, but he throws critters, so he does a ton of damage. I think it had something like 1.7 million, I want to say. I really wish you could see it when you touch this, if you touch the screen, but that is how you do the wrap. It works very, very well. Rather than trying to clear all the rocket launchers down below and up top, you can just come in here. Let's just show it again, just so that I can pause it. What you can then do is, if all your zookas are wrapped around here, you can throw a shock here. Typically you can throw a shock down in here. There's 2, and then you don't normally have 4 rocket launchers, but you can shock all 4 with 1, 3, 4, 5. So with 5 shocks, you can hit core and do a lot of damage. But there's not always rocket launchers in here, or there's not always rocket launchers up in here or in here. So you can usually get away with 3 or 4. There's no need to clear all this stuff. So great hit by Stunt. It does work on player bases. You'd have to be so lucky to find a player base where you could actually do that, but you can actually wrap around shock launchers too. Like on Phobos, you can actually... Where is Phobos? I think Phobos came up today. Where is Phobos? There are attacks on YouTube where players will actually, if there's a shock launcher up in here, they'll actually wrap around the shock launcher. There is a bit of a blind spot around a shock launcher, so there are ways to wrap around shock launchers and mortars. You don't see it happen very often. Actually, let's just show that attack. That's actually a really good attack. So again, lots of free GBE at the core. So he's marked this rocket launcher and this rocket launcher, planning ahead before he's even dropped troops. Gets a ton of free GBE. Now then the path here is right up. You can see the path is, let's get this going. The path is something along the lines of up in here. So let's show that. The nice long flare. The game lags a bit when you do those flares. You have to be a bit careful. I don't know if it has to compute the path or what's going on, but... And the core had, I think, something like 3 million health or something like that. So rather than try to leave the core, say half or with a quarter health, he decided to clear and set up a gimme for the next attacker. So flash kill on the rocket launcher. Notice there's no flare on that rocket launcher. Use the fact that it's marked. Cleared the rocket launchers. Got the hot pot to pop. Cleared the hot pot. Cleared the machine guns. And then just lost troops slowly to the boom cannon. So next attacker, easy finish. A lot of work done there. NIMS, I've explained it in the past how to have 2 accounts on an iPad. There are tons of forum posts about how to do it. You have to create a second Game Center account, and you have to do that from a blank one. Now, what did I want to... There's one more attack I wanted to show. Gar Cheese did something here. No, Nixon, that's incorrect. So, you can have as many accounts as you want on iOS or on Android. It's a little bit more difficult on iOS. If you want to add a new account, if you want to create a new alternate account on iOS, you have to do it on a blank iPad. You can't delete the game or delete your account. You have to do it on a new iOS device, or you have to wipe your device to factory defaults. Carrying on, Garcheese had an attack that I haven't seen in a long time. So let's have a look here first. We've got a fairly easy rogue. It had about 1.6 million health, I believe. Rocket launchers on the right, mortars, shock launcher at the back, rocket launchers on the left. So a fair bit of work to do still. I'm going to pause it in a second here. I'm going to go slow. Now, this is where the magic happens. I haven't seen this in probably a year. You see these smokes that he just threw? These are for critters. It's called smoky critters. I haven't seen it in a long time. It's because he only has to do 6 smokes here, it makes it so that every time your critters will show perfectly. So nice. He hasn't lost his delay. I'll show this in slow motion just because. Now you'll notice he's dropping his critters now. He doesn't have to time them perfectly. He can just get his shocks ready. His ladies are ready to hit the core. He's got critters ready. Now let's pause it here in a second. I'm going to try and pause it at the right time. This is just pure magic. So you'll notice that everything is turning to look at the critters. All the defenses are keying on the critters. Everything's shooting at the critters. He gets his shocks out and has full reign to blast at the core. These mortars are hitting the critters, shock blasters hitting the critters, and down goes the head core. Just a beast attack. You don't see smoky critters very often because he had to use 2 extra smokes for critters, but because he only had to use 6 total, it was a great way to do it. And so the disadvantage of smoky critters is it costs GBE, but the plus of it is your critters are always released at the exact perfect time. You're never going to be late, and you have extra time to shock. So I'm going to do one more. I'm going to do one attack here. As you can see, I'm unboosted. My war factory is... I'm doing save the core on this account. I've got rifles loaded, so I'm going to continue to do save the core here. And I'll upload this later as part of the Save the Core that I like to show. So all rifles all the time. Oops, I forgot about these shock launchers. 1, 2, 3. I'm not sure if I have enough GBE to remove those as well. Better get moving if I want to do that. Yes, there we go. Got one popped up, and I lost a lot of rifles in the process. I really do hate hot pots with rifles, especially. There we go. Oh, it still got me. So ugly. That hot pot's gonna ruin me in a second if I don't shock it. There we go. Need to get that hot pot gone, or else this attack is over. There we go. Just backing off a little bit. So we're getting there. Little bit sloppy. Rifles probably weren't the best choice for this attack, but oh well. I'm trying to use 4 different troop modes here. Hopefully this boom cannon goes down. Might use skanks next. I don't want a boom cannons though. There we go. Let's get away from those mortars. Yeah, I agree. Relax New, if you look in the top right hand corner of the screen, my task force is listed there. I'm going to try and get enough GBE to get a shock. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it though. Probably not. No, this is silly. I'm going to drop my critters because I'd need a flare and a shock if I was going to get that shock blaster. Go. I highly doubt that shock blaster is going to go down, but maybe, just maybe. Rifles with their pop guns not doing it. So that's 3 attacks. Save the core. I'm not sure. Anyone have any suggestions on what troops I should use next? So far I've used zookas, grenadiers, and rifles. Let's see. Would I be able to use warriors to take down? Warriors would not be a good choice here. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to pick a different troop. Let's go. What do I have for troop layouts? What can I use here? All cryos would not be a good choice. Let's use CRZM next. Let's go. Oh, we got a new guy in the task force. Yeah, so just to highlight, one of the things that we try and do is, if you're new to a task force, try to attack early. There's nothing worse than when a player comes in and tries to double dip on his first attack. So, oh, the chicken, you were here. Everyone was wondering when you'd arrive. So that's it. I'm done. That is Imitation Game. I have done way longer than I anticipated. That's 54 minutes of madness. I hope you enjoyed. Just to recap, if you're a low-level player, be very careful with destroying storages because there is a bug in the rewards. But that's all I got. I hope you enjoyed it. It's now almost the weekend. Have a great weekend. Sorry, chicken, I'm done. It's been an hour. I'm tired. I need to go get some more coffee. Yeah, double dip and leave, even, or just quit after the operation starts. I've shown operation attacks. We've done actually. I'm gonna switch back again. I'll switch back and show Imitation Game one more time for people who just joined. There we go. So, Imitation Game, quick. We'll do a quick recap. So quick. I'll be as fast as I can. Okay, stage 1. Thanks for running chicken. So stage 1, GBE, piece of cake. Terrible rewards. Stage 2, GBE. Couldn't use all barrage, so a little bit tougher. Stage 3, got intel, bad base layout. Never have your rocket launcher next to your base because it makes a huge gap up there. And 4 smokes in, maybe 5, 2 shocks, and down it goes. That was stage 3. Stage 4, again, very easy. Getting in, again, same problem. Don't put a rocket launcher next to your headquarters. Silly. 2 shocks. This is a little bit difficult shock, but make sure you get the machine gun. Don't worry about the flamethrower. Stage 5, got a crystal, happy times. Very low level mines, only level 12. Safe to ignore them as long as you have at least a little bit of health. Only 112 damage, so safe to ignore. Hit 2 of them, no big deal. Again, rocket launcher next to the headquarters, and down it went. And then stage 6, this is the worst. This is the worst layout I've ever seen. Headquarters level 20 with only a sculpture level 6, only has 8 statues, which is embarrassing. His shock launchers don't range the headquarters. This square right here is empty. He's got this whole wall with nothing on it. Piece of cake. Medkits for the win. Stage 7. We destroyed some of the wood storages. Don't destroy storages if you're low level because you lose whatever rewards were in them. You'll notice that we were supposed to get 270,000 wood. We only got 106. So be very careful with wood storages. Did a lot of clearing. Maybe should have cleared a bit more. I had an extra attack just in case, but there's actually a little ledge over in here. I would have flared in there probably and done a better. Would have worked better. So maybe don't flare over here. Flare in this little ledge instead. But then again, medkits. So pretty easy this week. No shield generators. A low-level grappler, again, and fairly weak rewards. How many intel did I get? Let's have a look here. Did I only get 2 intel? So 2 intel, 1 stone, one crystal. That's a quick recap. I hope all of you enjoy Imitation Game. No live operation attack today. I only have 1 attack left, and we've got a bunch of work left to do on Forlorn Hope, so not going to do that live. I'm going to do that towards the end of the op. So, and this operation is already done, obviously. So, a little bit of space. I'm going to go let's go over to here. Let's do a transition. There we go. So we got a little bit of space in small 9. Hash code on the top, 8J98PR00. Come on in. Love to have you. We've got 3 spots. I think someone actually just joined in the last couple. Yeah, there we go. Superman just joined. So have a great weekend. Come on in. Yeah, I mean, Dizzle, if you want to come in, come on in. No obligations to stick around. I think you will because we're pretty fun. But thanks everybody. Appreciate it. Keep the comments coming out. I love the idea. I build mostly off ideas. So thank you very much. Cheers. Bye.